I wasn't planning on doing a second live this evening, except especially being on a Sunday. But with what's transpired in the market, it was definitely warranted. I did my best to heed the warnings of the sub 50 cents and the potential here to come down. And I got mocked a little bit yesterday because a lot of people believe 50 cents, 53, 48, whatever the case may be. But the technicals were pointing to a drop down, and it's not because we want it to happen, but we also have to acknowledge it. Maybe some of you do want it to happen, or we can find better opportunities. But right now, we're sub 50 cents. I always tell everybody, if you haven't bought XRP yet, you wait till you get an opportunity sub 50 cents. If it goes sub 40 cents, obviously don't wait and you start to accumulate. But sub 50 cents, if you haven't bought, and I'm not saying, hey, you have to buy at 100% of your allotment. But if you were feeling guilty when it got to 63 and you're like, oh man, I missed an opportunity lower, well, maybe right now is the chance to, or maybe you took a chance at just over 44 where it went down to. We'll take a look at all the details here. But there was an opportunity here to at least maybe start a portfolio, even if it's 1% of your allotment, just to get it going here because it's sub 50 cents. And then that can get the ball rolling a little bit. Ethereum, as many of you seen, we took out on air a 10x trade at 2,000, and this isn't bad. It might seem like it's going to go bad, but 2,750 roughly. The initial drop when we were on, right after during it got down, it was like 2,680. I added more, 2,650 added more. Then it went back up to, and my average ended up being like 2,710. Well, I ended up selling that, and we made $8. We made $8 or 4.5%. And that was down like 20%. So that was through the copy trade. So if you're copy trading, we're up to like on our $100 challenge, we're up $133 now. And I restarted that a couple days ago, not yesterday, and we've done a few trades now. But we're now up $133. So anybody who was in that copy trade, we actually made some money on it. And it doesn't look like there was any opportunity to make money. But we followed a little rhythm, a little pattern, bought in appropriately, and we took what we could. I was planning on a little more than 4.8, but the way it was going, it just, So now it ended up nuking here. So we'll take a look at the opportunities in front of us. And with XRP, it did exactly what we were talking about. I mean, there's no other way to put it. When we failed, I need to do the intro real quick, but when we failed, and it's pretty simple. When XRP failed, hit the 2000, well, I don't want to say the 2018 resistance, but look at this real quick. When we failed at the 2018 resistance, that was one thing. But when we had this it could have been conceived as a bull flag possibly, or a pennant flag. But when we got below that 53.8 and we got that rejection, that was everything, and we knew we were in some trouble. And the technical drop point, as we established, is, and let's go here because now we know the exact drop where it actually happened. The technical drop, let's put this, it was calling for 41.2 cents. And the significance of that is, if you look at this, and that would also mean we're not done yet if that's the case, but that would mean that it's playing off the fact that we need to come all the way back down. And this is pretty interesting when you look at this, actually. The cup and handle support, look at where that's at 42 cents. We failed to push past the resistance at 64.3. The handle support's at 42.3, and that's like the technical drop point for this breakdown. So it's going to be pretty interesting here. Pretty interesting. And then we have to obviously pay attention to that 40. Let's go into real terms. That's the 2018 support right now, and that's at 40.8 cents. So that's everything right there. So please make sure to hit that like button if you are watching this live. I do greatly appreciate you tuning in. I'm looking for the next opportunity because I'm hunting Ethereum because of the ETFs. And every single time it gives me an opportunity, I'm going to take it. And we'll be watching it in real time again. XRP as well. And if you want to copy trade, it's in the video description below and our pinned comments. High volatility, so big chance of losing money. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But if you have the guts, I have unsuspended it because I got the details I needed about the liquidity pools. And right now we were up I think I said 133. We're up $131.83. And we're 16 wins, 12 losses. And if you remember, we started with the $100 challenge. So right now that $100 is ballooned up to $231.83. which I don't think is all that bad, especially considering the volatility right now. And actually, it makes me pretty happy to know that we can at least navigate the waters like this. And, you know, with how bad it's been the last few days, to just be able to jump up like this, it's been pretty cool. Pretty cool. But if you look at it, though, with how shaky the market's been, look how rocky this is. So if you followed the whole way, we got up about 12.4%, gave most of it back, and now we're back up 19.5. Oftentimes, that's the way it works, because you get into a little rhythm, and then you watch it pop, and some of that was consolidating into a formation as well. So it's nice to see the ones, even though nobody really stayed true. There was 44 total people who started following the copy trade. When I suspended it, it dropped down to 1. Now it's back up to 3. So all 3 people have got to experience from start to finish the 133% gain from the $100 start. So I think it's pretty cool that we're able to do that, and I'll continue to kind of do it without speaking much of it unless I have to. But I only spoke of it because of the ones who were in the live last time that are likely here right now. Oh my God, there's 105 people. Now I kind of wish I wouldn't even have spoke about the copy trading, because that's like our little secret. So we'll go through these charts because it's very important. Make sure to hit that like button. Less than 35% of the people watching have hit that like button. I think we can do a lot better than that. I really, really do. I'm not going to check anything again until, I don't know, 20 minutes from now, and we'll see if we're doing any better. So please make sure to hit that like button. And let's see. And I will catch you on the other side of the intro. And Steven, thank you so much. Steven, thank you so much, if you're out there, for making this intro for me 3 years ago at the mid to late July 2021. So this goes out to you, my friend. And thank you so much, Steven, for making this way back in the beginning. Good evening, 9:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, August 4th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, this is why we stay liquid and our trade, let's just not say our long bags. If you're starting to add in, let's say you bought in at 38 or 34 somewhere else, that's not what I'm talking about. But when it's up at these levels, there's no reason to be adding in an XRP unless, first of all, it's up 50 cents. And I say this every single time we have a run up. And you won't know until you do, when the actual true breakout happens. But this has been nothing more than a bear market rally. And like I've said since 2021, 24 is going to look good with the bear market rally. But 25 is when we actually start to do the reversal. So bear market rallies are fun, but you've got to get through the cycle. Bitcoin garnered a lot of money from the ETFs, but what's happening right now is the exact scenario we painted at 70,000 and 73 with the exchange traded funds. It looks good while it's happening, but the differential between somebody selling their Bitcoin out of the ETF as opposed to selling it out on an exchange, on the exchange, they can simply print up Tether, kind of like the U.S. does, prints U.S. dollars and inflates the money supply. That's basically what individual crypto exchanges do. So if you're on KuCoin, for example, they only do USDT for the most part, unless they've changed it in the last 6 months. So what they'll do, if you sell the Bitcoin, they'll print it in USDT. When you cash it out to your bank, it's apples to apples. It goes into your bank, and it's just a digital transfer. When you do an ETF, money needs to actually take place at the point of sale, so it's going to have to be in US dollars. So real money has to move. So therefore, there's no way to cook the books there. So real money actually has to move. That's a problem when it comes to the ETFs. So you have to sell real Bitcoin. It can't be virtual Bitcoin. It can't be fake Bitcoin. The exchange can't say they're selling or you're holding it even if you're not, and they can't put it to 10 different people, kind of like how a banknote does. Each dollar you put in the bank is in like 20 different spots. Look, if you understand the way it works, you would never put your money in a bank, especially large sums of money. And that's why some people say the same thing with crypto, you know, but the bottom line is You've got to finesse it in a way with crypto because we do know it's very manipulated. And everybody's crying regulation. If there's a bunch of regulation, I won't be in crypto as you see me now. I'll still do my XRP updates because I believe XRP is a little different than the rest. But I won't have this glimmer of hope with the whole scale of crypto. Once regulations come in, they ruin the casino-like atmosphere, and then they can start halting everything. If you think it's bad, if you're on Uphold, or if you're on a couple different exchanges that halted Casper, imagine any crypto you hold for no reason whatsoever except too much up or too much down at one moment, and the exchange halts it. Or not just the exchange, the entire crypto body halts a certain asset. So you can't buy, you can't sell, even if it was going up by 1,000%. And they can even do this. They can say, oh, you can't buy, but you can sell. I've had it happen to me in the stock market. It's the biggest line of shit you'll ever see. Especially when you're in an option long, a call option. So think about that before you cry for the Fed or the SEC or the regulatory body to come out here and do some regulatory framework, because these are the same assholes that have Ripple in court right now, remember. Do you really trust the Securities and Exchange Commission or the Fed? Do you trust Comey? Or, well, that's back in the day. But do you trust all these assholes? Do you trust the Fed chairman? Do you trust Gary Gensler? I mean, that's who you'd be putting your faith in if you want a regulatory body. Like, no, thank you. And I personally love this casino-like atmosphere. That's me personally. But at some point, I mean, we are so oversold here. Let me see what some of you guys and gals are saying in the comments. But we are very oversold. And at some point, we're going to have a pretty nice return rally. But now look at this. We put ourselves in a spot for XRP now. Because of where we're at, you could even have a return rally here of about 4%. And it's only going to get you back to around 50 cents now. So consider that now. Now we've put ourselves in the Schitt's Creek, so to say. You know, we're strolling down Schitt's Creek right now. And I'm not talking about the TV series. This is the scenario that when you start breaking these keys, it happens. It happens. But now everybody who missed out when it was above 50 cents, if you didn't buy before, this is where you have to pay serious attention. And I'm not saying to buy your entire bag, but you got to do something to get the needle moving. So crypto is no joke. You hit it, he said, you hit it spot on. It tried it, didn't succeed. Down goes Fraser. Yes, crypto is no joke. It's beautiful because we went, that's why I came on early Sunday. Remember, you were probably in the live since you said I nailed it. But I came on and did a live at about 12:30 because I knew what was about to transpire, and it actually followed. I don't know. I'm not going to talk in the past tense, or I knew so. We're just blessed that we were able to have the foresight to see this as an option. Art, welcome in. FOMO Sunday's dollar cost average. To an extent, it depends where you are buying at. Hondo, Jeffrey, Lee, Silvio, good evening. You guys think 45 cents was the bottom? With where it's at, I would be surprised. We'll go over it, but I'd be surprised if we don't hit that. I think it's right around 42.4, somewhere around that 42 cent. We'll go over it, though, because that's the cup and handle support now. So now it really doesn't make sense not to hit it, but we came very close already to hit that. So we'll take a look. We'll take a look. Lee says, buy more Salvador. Now they'll pump it after clearing all those longs in time. Gaming Crypto, good evening. Randad, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Silvio, the guys who predict Trump shot near, he predicted what just happened now with XRP, and now he says it would shoot to $5 quick. So, I mean, at some point it's going to. As long as we don't, and I'm going to show you guys the 2020 support, as long as we don't break that 40.2 cents, we are so bullish right now, it would make your head blow up. It doesn't seem like it, but it would. Now, if we break down, we're just as bearish, so. They stopped future shorts this afternoon time. Did they really, Daniel? Well, I'll be damned. I don't know. I don't short the market because I only like to long it when I do futures trading, because if I short it, then I start to look at the market and try to force it to do something that's not there. But thank you for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge and even abducted by aliens. Man, I would love to see more people in Tom's Army. A lot of people not in Tom's Army in the audience. But that just means there could be a lot of new people too. Smashing in Texas. What's going on, my brother? Bill Freer, welcome in. Aline, welcome in. UK Phil, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. UK Phil, I seen you made a couple dollars on that Ethereum trade. I'm glad to see that you're part of it. Good to know, my friend. Good to know. Ali, good evening. Jose Sada, welcome in. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Prosperity Fund, good evening. Mr. Anderson, welcome in. An oldie but a goodie. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. I love seeing you in here. Wade Palmer, welcome in. No bad. This week is time, thanks to Trump. We shall see, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Should I buy Ethereum now? Well, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at all the charts, but first we've got to start at XRP. And I thought it was a good time to come on because obviously we had a drop down and tried to make a little bit of move up. But what do we know here? Move up, gonna have to come back down. And if with a drop like this, you're gonna be looking for either a big V-shaped recovery, which didn't happen, or a double bottom, which likely probably won't happen. But you'd be looking first for the V-shape, right? Or this. The fact it's already done this, you didn't get the V-shape. So if you're just expecting it was just a quick shot back, you didn't get that. Now your best you can probably hope for is we're going to come down here and retest that. But I'm going to show you compelling evidence why, even though we're massively oversold in some of these time frames, why the short term now is giving us enough life. If this breaks down, man, mind you, this can't play out as a bull flag for this. This can't play out like this is what I'm saying. If this rotates back down, it does seem like that area right there, which is the technical drop point, ironically, is definitely coming into play. I don't see how it would come all the way down here and not tap the cup and handle support. And then if it comes down to the cup and handle support being at 42 cents, I really don't see why it would be feasible that we wouldn't come back down and tap the 20 uptrend. But this pattern, and let me just go over it for anybody who's new. And let me get rid of all this because there's no reason to even have... Well, yeah, we need to have this top part, but I don't want to keep these resistance support... 58 we will, but these... Well, I guess that one we have to. Okay, so let's go back here for anybody who's new, because I suspect there's a lot of new people in the audience who are flipping the fuck out right now, and they're like, oh my god, XRP's a pile of shit. This is unbelievable. Everybody says it's going up. It's never blah, blah, blah. So... $3.31 was all-time highs. And me personally, for Gala, I'm still waiting for that beautiful entry at 009. And I told everybody a long time ago that that is my destiny buy. And we're getting closer and closer on every drop. I don't know if we'll get there, but we're almost there. So January of 2018 was $3.31. That was all-time highs. Resistance 1. Support 1, 10.8 cents. 27-month consolidation from swing high to swing low. And that was in March of 2020. Resistance 1, 10.8, or support 1, 10.8 cents. Support 2, January of 2021 at 18.2 was support 2. Resistance 2, April of 21 at $1.98. That was resistance 2. Support 3, 30.3 cents in January of 2023. Support 3. Resistance 3, March of 2024 at 74.8 cents. Resistance 3. Support 4, 40.2 cents, July of 24. Resistance, unfortunately, 4, August officially, 2024. Now, are we going to come down to support 4 now? And right now, we came within a, let's see the percentage that we came within. We came within about a 10%, 10.5% drop to hit that level. So now the question is do we come back down there? Well, we didn't have a great bounce back yet. Not saying that that's the end all be all with that small time frame and that small bit of evidence we have. Not a good bounce back, folks. Not a good bounce back. I mean, look at this. Right now we have to go in a minute just to see the bounce back, but when you have such a sell-off, we're not getting much volume. But at the same time, at some point, if we don't break down, we're going to have to come back up here and retest these levels. It's just... And that's at 53. So, but I would say that 50 cent level would be the back test if it comes back down. I mean, if it wants to hit resistance here before coming farther down. But I still think that 42 cents is not out of play yet. The fact we came down here, we've got the cup and handle support at just over 42. And we've got the 2020 support that was part of the 6.5-year formation. So the 6.5-year support basically is what you can say. And that's down at about just over 40 cents right now. So to say we put ourselves in a shitty spot is an understatement. And like I said, at any moment, I talk about it at any moment, and I got a lot of heat for it, but I'm not trying to put negativity out there. I'm not. It's just, I have to be honest. And I came on and a lot of people got mad at me, but what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? 12 hours ago, I said, this is critical. XRP must hold to avoid a potential 23% drop. And I mean, even earlier, we talked about a rejection, one rejection away from falling below 50 cents. And it was the make it or break it moment, and it was. And I've been trying to talk about it, but I get even more criticized every time I talk about it. But you know what? What somebody told me, and it's so true, they said, to a lot of people, the truth sounds like a lie. And that's what somebody told me in the last live earlier today, and that's so true. Because if you're looking for one thing, and I'm telling you the truth, but it's not what you want to hear, you might think I am trying to manipulate you or push you in the wrong direction. But honestly, I'm not trying to sugarcoat. I mean, I'm not trying to break anybody's balls, but I can see what's going on in front of me. I'm not afraid of what I'm seeing. I actually look for opportunity. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but just on swing trade, on leverage trading this weekend, and it was risky. I've made like $600. I'm not going to talk more about that, but for our copy trading, we've made like $117 in the last like 20 hours, despite all of this volatility. So I feel really blessed about the fact that we're able to do this. Daniel says, saying what the market is looking like isn't being negative. That saves people's butts and being real. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. I do. I really appreciate that. And I'm trying to give everybody the outlook. So somebody said wins 25 cents, I believe they said. I'll be honest with you. We won't get the 25 cents unless we break this 6.5-year formation. And for that to happen, we'd have to break this support. Where the hell is the... Oh, this is the wrong chart I was going to say. I have this labeled. We would have to break 40.8 cents. And then if that happens... I don't know if I have it down here in this exact area. Then we've got 26 cents. So if we did break that 40.8 cents, which we almost did back at 42... when we came to 37, 38, but we bounced back very quickly... If we were to lose that, then 26 cents. 26 cents is if we have to go to the next formation, and instead of being the 2020 uptrend, it still connects on the 2018 resistance that started in 2018. It's still that same downtrending resistance that connects here, but it would go back to 2017 now instead of 2020, and that would get you to 26. Capo, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. What the fuck happened to crypto? Who broke it? Just the manipulators. It's just the manipulators, my friend. And that's why I'm like a psychopath when it comes to crypto. And I watch the market, and I force myself to never miss a day. Even when I do my updates and live at Sunday, and this is my second live. And I've been doing this since March of 2021, right at the end of the month, like March 28th. I've never missed a day. It's been over 3.5 years, and there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, as some of you know. And I've never missed a day because I believe consistency is what breeds our overall response, and it allows us to do what we need to do. Tiff said, hats off to you, Tom. I'm happy for the opportunities. Whoops, I gotta see what that said. But we can see the Batman top, and that was the fear. The Batman top was validated if we lost 53.8 cents, and I made it as clear as possible. As long as we're over 53.8, we're okay. Once we break that, the Batman top shoots us down to likely 40 or 42 cents. He said, hats off to you, Tom. I'm happy for the opportunity to get more, I think he said. I appreciate you, Tiff. To get more at these prices. Absolutely, Tiff. Absolutely. Dang, I thought World War III had started or something. Been out on a lake all day. Yeah, I mean, Steve, I guess there was just some stuff that I heard in the roundabout on the back channels. I don't know how true it is. Some of you can validate it because I don't watch the actual news, so it has to be sources that I read. Um, did Israel threaten to fire back? Is that what I'm hearing tonight? Like they're going full on with Lebanon and just going into that direction. Is that what I've been hearing? And the crazy thing is, on my mom's side, we're Lebanese, so Lebanon's our home country, and that's supposed to be the last defending land. At least we were taught this. Lebanon's supposed to be the last defenders before you get into the Holy Land of Israel. So the fact that and it might be just a media type thing, and I don't want to get banned, but I'll be honest, this doesn't seem right. And Lebanon would never, they wouldn't turn their back on the whole. You don't, if you're not Lebanese, you don't know. My family just happens to live where a lot of my family, from my grandpa's side, happens to live where all this is taking place right now. The ones who are left, so. And we don't have many in this country. I think it's just my grandpa and all of his brothers and sisters are all passed away. Cousins are all gone. So there's not many left. So it's interesting what's going on. So looks like it's going under 40. I mean, right now, like I said, somebody told me they bought into Ethereum, the spot at 2,800 in the live, and it was just like, it seems like a good buy, but what it looks like is, there's just a reason I do things the way I do. Let's just put it that way. So if you actually listen to what I say, yes, Capo, free Lebanon for real. If you just listen to what I say, you're going to be so far ahead. And I'm not saying I'm going to tell you what to do, but look at the charts. We talked about it, 58,200 broke, 52,925 was the target. And now in real time, it has to be updated. So that would be 52,752. Where did Bitcoin just come, by the way? And then if we lose 52,752, then Bitcoin comes to 48,284. There's a reason why I do this. And look how it stops at every single point, and it never stops in between. Do you see what I'm saying? From 61,215, it said if we broke that, it'd go to 58,200. The moment it broke that, and it even tried to come up once, but when it broke it, went down to 52,752. The charts, they're here for a reason. It tells us every little thing we need to know from every single minute standpoint. And now, I could take away some of the charts, like this part of it's irrelevant now because we've already come down. So now we can, when it comes back up, we've got this pattern resistance if it comes back up. But we've still got these inner levels here. So now we know what we have to do. And for all intents and purposes, now we can get rid of this, and now you can see. Now it's the actual patterns that are in place right now. The overall patterns, all the minute stuff. And the only reason 58,200 was a point of interest, because that could have been an inverse head and shoulders if it was there from the before. So that ended up being a layer where it tried to confuse everybody to try to put in where it looked like we were going to have that inverse right arm. Came up and then it crashed right through it. So like the levels of, it works if you understand the technicals. So all we have to do is follow them. And now we know the next layer of 52,752 breaks is 48,284, which would be the nut buy. And if it breaks 48.2, it's over. I don't even need to say it anymore. It's over. So basically you're looking for the nut buy at 52, whatever that would be. Or at 48. But look how it bounced. I mean, damn, I wasn't even paying attention because look at that, though. Look how Bitcoin came right down to that 52,304. That's incredible. But now, I don't know. It's not looking so hot here. Look at it in the 3-minute. And it very well might go bullish. But you see that candle? It's not a bullish candle. Because of how it looks, that's a gravestone, and that just means we still, even though, I guess maybe it could be a long leg. I guess maybe I could give it enough credit. If it pulls up a little bit farther, it's definitely a gravestone. But it's still very indecisive, but we need to have a rally at some point. And if it doesn't break this right now, we should, at some point, we're going to have to come to 57.8, but the candle just doesn't look that great. Like it looked like a trap candle, so I don't know how it's going to happen here. At some point, we could get some volatility, but that candle didn't look right. I don't know. We'll see. We could get some pressure, and then if it comes up there, it comes up there. Because we are oversold we're oversold. Let's go to XRP real quick. 3 minutes starting to have a nice push up here. Look how oversold we are in the 45, hourly, 2 hourly, 3 hourly, 4 hourly. Daily's pushed up here now, close to oversold. Man, Ethereum looks so much better than XRP and as far as how oversold it is. I mean, look at this. I mean, I don't know the last time I've seen Ethereum that oversold. I don't know. Do you guys think it's done? Do you think... I want to know while I'm here because it's already been a half hour. My voice is tired. Only 74 likes. So not even half of you have hit the like button, which is incredible. But yeah, I mean, I basically got everything I wanted to talk about here this evening, but I want to know what everybody thinks. So I guess that's the question. Silvio says going up. Joe says 30 cents XRP. Wouldn't, I mean, I could see that definitely playing out that scenario. But if you're looking to trade XRP or, you know, some of your cryptos you want, but especially XRP, video description below and our pinned comments. As I would say, just join the revolution. You can either use BITUNIX or HOTCOIN, your choice. No VPN or KYC needed on either exchange. You're welcome worldwide. You only need to do a KYC if you're sending or receiving from a bank account. So make sure you pay attention to that. They're the reasons I trade on those two exchanges are for a reason. I'm sick of getting dicked around by the exchange fees, especially on spot. You're always going to have some kind of leverage fees, but spot, it's more maintainable. So just make sure you're looking for ways that aren't going to rip you off, steal your arms and legs, and drop your shorts while you're trying to make a trade. It's no fun when you're about to jump in the swimming pool and you realize that you've had to pawn your swimming shorts before you even got to put them on. You know, that's how it can be in leverage trading if you're on the wrong exchange. Same thing with spot. If you're a swing trader and the spot fees are too high, you're going to end up losing your swing bag before you even got a chance to sell or buy. You know, because every single time you make a move, they're hitting you with those exorbitant fees. So don't continue building an empire for somebody else. Build your own empire. And on HOTCOIN, that's in the video description below and our pinned comments. If you're looking to copy trade me, and if you weren't here before, we had a small Ethereum trade. We made like $8 on it earlier. We had a $100 challenge, as many of you know. Had a $100 challenge, and I wanted to see how we could do as a community. Most people left. We started off with, we've had 44 people over time, but when I suspended the trading until I could get more details on the exchange, practically everybody left. Only 3 people left, but we're up $131 right now. $131.83. So if you do the math, we're up 131.83% on our initial $100. So I'm happy about that. And we'll continue to monitor it from there. So if you trade with me, expect to lose money, as I always say. Because if you're trading leverage and you expect to gain money, you're probably in the wrong field, but you shouldn't be planning to lose money. You're supposed to protect your capital. So you take that for what it's worth. So that's everything I've got. Also in the video description below, if you want to join Tom's Army, consider that. Or consider sending one YouTube super chat per month if you appreciate my work. I was not expecting a donation or anything this evening, which we didn't get anything. But can you blame the audience? Would you send a donation when the market's down 10% in XRP or the market looks this red? Makes it a little hard, you know? So with the good, when people send donations when the market's going up, you also get the bad of when it's going down and people leave. And that's definitely something I signed up for. So Bitcoin's down 4,125 points right now, or 7.3%. Makes, if you have the testicular fortitude, this is the time that should make your jollies go. And absolutely, this is the normal, and that's the thing, like for August, remember, this is normal. There's nothing fun typically in crypto in the summer, but once you get towards Halloween, I say it every year, once you start seeing the pumpkins, you can start to expect a rally. You know, a big rally. And even if it's just a seasonal rally, you typically start to get a lot of people call it the Christmas rally, but I think it's something different than that. I just think it's people that are trying to make that last little surge before the end of the year. So right now is the pain. If you're trading this market wrong, you're getting obliterated. I don't know how else to put it. You're just absolutely getting bent over a barrel. And if anybody's part of my community, you know my number one rule: don't buy XRP over 50 cents, and it'll solve a lot of your problems. Even if you think you've missed out, don't have the fear of missing out, because if you didn't buy it at 38, why are you buying it at 63? If you don't buy it here at 46, and let's just say it goes up to 60, and then you buy it there, why didn't you buy it at 46? You know, so... Oh, no, there was no Vaseline here. It was, yeah. There was no lubricant here. We were all bent over universally. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. And, we were dry humped. And, it didn't feel good. Especially if you were, if you bought up a little too high. And the red is, you can guess what the red is. Wow, a donation. I'll be damned. Holy smokes. Are you serious, Jose? His 10th YouTube super chat, $4.99. Like, I must be the only guy in crypto who got a donation when the market's down like this. That's incredible. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Not just that, he's in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. And most of you know Jose, he puts watch, recycle, repeat in the comments. Watch the content, recycle to friends and family, and come back and repeat by watching the next update and or live. Are you serious? You gotta be shitting me. I don't think anybody sends me donations on Cash App anymore. I never even pay attention, but you sure as hell, you're not blowing smoke. You actually did. How do you even know my Cash App? Oh, Salvador, you've sent me. You're probably the one who sent me the most on Cash App over the years. Salvador, thank you so much for the donation on Cash App. $20. Holy shit. And if you guys are interested on Cash App, if you don't want to go through YouTube, I always forget to put this, but Tom Jr. 222 on Cash App. If you don't want to send a donation through YouTube, honestly, you can do that. I always forget to say that. If you're afraid of how I'm getting the money or whatever, you can send it through Cash App and it gets there. I can't even believe that. And then I seen a third donation. It's incredible. I always tell you guys, this audience holds no bounds. Dana says, I got you, brother. You post every day, even from hospital. Yeah. Thank you for that $10 donation. Being part of Tom's Army in your first month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. In your third YouTube super chat. Yes, I did. I did post for... My son was in the hospital for the better part of the month of May and January, or June 1st. Well, let's face it. We all know the story. He almost died, so... And now everything worked itself out. At first, I thought he had leukemia. And it was a trying moment. But he has a G-tube in now, and fortunately it wasn't cancer or anything like that. We're working on his other issues, but we're doing good now. He's been doing a lot better. Month of July brought us serenity. We had to, we went from one hospital down here. They gave us bad advice. They released him when he shouldn't have. 2 weeks of the day they released him. We rushed him 3.5 hours north to Grand Rapids, to Corwell Children's Hospital, and it's a good thing we did because we saved his life. So, and now we got a resolution. He had the G-tube surgery, and now he can get all of his nutrition while he goes through his food issues and just things that have been happening with him. A lot of you know the story, but I don't want to go any deeper. But thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. But I truly try to be here at every step. I really, really, really do. I take a lot of pride in it. There it is, Jose. Best in the business, brother. Watch, recycle, repeat. Exactly. That's exactly how he puts it. I love seeing it. Love seeing it. So, XRP down 10.1%. It's, man, the technical drop point from here. And I mean, we see the Batman top. You have to reset the pattern. So, I don't know how we avoid 40.8 cents unless the way we avoid that is if we hold the cup and handle support at 42.3. And then if we've got the 34.6 as well. That could be the in-between if we have an overzealous wick. And we still hold 40 cents, but it's an overzealous wick, comes back up and doesn't have to go to 26. That's where you can come into this falling channel into play. As we've had 1, 2, 3. This could be a fourth hit on that support. And it's going to be hard to avoid this part of it. With the size of that head and shoulders, and that doesn't mean we can't come up to 50 cents first and get rejected. It's going to be very difficult to not come down to 42. Maybe 44.5 was good enough where we came, or just near 45. It's going to be hard. Mr. Anderson said Tom's one of the only ones on YouTube where you don't have to worry about him having on... Oh, I want to see what that says. to worry about him having an agenda. He always says it like it is. Tom is very honest, speaks his mind as he should. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Man, you've been around since the very beginning. That's incredible to hear you say that. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much. 445 is the 702 fib. Probably at least hit that. Did we? I think we came close to 445, didn't we? I don't think we exactly hit down there, but we were close. Okay, that was on the USDT chart. So 455 on the USD chart. Okay, so we didn't come down to 44 yet. I thought for some reason it showed 44. Me and Julie were watching one of the charts. I could have swore it said 44. Maybe it was just shy of 44. Yeah, just shy. 45.10. Maybe that's what I seen. But now if this plays off, because we were massively oversold, we could get that retest at 50 cents. Maybe even come up to 53.9, but honestly, 50 cents is where it's at. 1 minute even shows that 497. So if we're coming up here, 49.7 could be quick. It could happen hot. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting this evening. Whew, I'm all talked out. I'm giving you all I got this evening, you guys, but I am talked out. I'm talked out. Damn live I did earlier today. Dude, my RSI was at 5 oversold. Oh yeah, Daniel. When I seen a little earlier before I came on, yeah, it was at a very low. One of the Ethereum RSI readings was at 2.5. I showed Julie it's like 2.57 when it got down to 2,198. And it was a little bit lower than that where it got. And I'm actually a little upset that I didn't pull out my futures trade, but I was trying to measure some things out, which I'm happy. I'm happy I did what I did because now I've got a setup here that I need to pay attention to. But I'm going to have to get going, guys, because it's late. 17-year-old's got to get up at 6 a.m. for school. You know, and Julie's in bed right now, so I got to go make sure the 10-year-old who's about to be 11 August 26th is actually sleeping like she should be, or at least about to fall asleep. Even though she doesn't have school tomorrow or anything, she still gets to be a kid. But, you know, they still got to have some semblance of a reality. So when we were live earlier, we talked about if it broke down all the way, 1,675. It didn't seem that likely for Ethereum earlier. But, I mean, the fact it broke down, if we fill out the technical drop, 1,675, I mean, I don't show these numbers to scare people. I show them to show you because if it was me and I didn't know how to trade or if I had to guess, I would hope somebody who knew what they were doing would show me the truth. And that's all I try to do here every single day. I try to show you the truth. I try to show you something maybe you might not even understand. And even if it makes you happy or ill-willed, I'm still going to show you it because that's what's happening in the rotation. I can't help what's happening. Right now I might have a bearish overtone. That's because it gave us the bearish overtone. Some people will say I have a bullish overtone. That's because the charts have given me a bullish overtone. Right now there's nothing bullish here. Just like earlier, there was nothing bullish. I mean, after the drop, if we can regain 50 and then 53.3, oh man, are we getting bullish again. The only thing bullish here is we didn't lose the 2020 uptrend. And that's very important. And we didn't even come close yet. So we still got a lot of room underneath. We got about 7 cents per share still. So everybody, have a blessed evening. Thank you all so much for the compliments, everybody. I got to get going. Otherwise, I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow. Stay blessed. Unless something crazy happens, I won't see you until the morning. But who knows? Knowing me, if I'm up until 1 or 2, you might see me again. Have a blessed evening, everyone.